Every normal person wants a loving relationship with the opposite sex, but it is how to do it. That's where the problem starts. Today you find people that can pray in tongues for 10 hours, but they don't have peace in their homes. The women that can fast, they don't wear earring, they tie hair tie, their skirt is as long as mine, and they are miserable. I thought that was all they needed, to just be born again and very holy. Have you noticed that even the bad guys, when they want a good wife, they come to church. Then they land a God-fearing person, and they are still in trouble. The person is not God-fearing. The person is God-fearing. But what happened? My people perish for lack of knowledge. They are God-fearing, but they don't know how to do marriage. I want to just appreciate every one of you and congratulate you for being here. As you are here tonight, see yourself as an individual. If that one soul can get it right, why singles mentoring session? My people, not sinners, perish for lack of knowledge. I see that a lot of young people around don't know how to do relationship, they don't know how to do marriage. So we are suffering things that don't need to be suffered. Knowledge liberates. Knowledge will make you escape. It is knowledge that has kept me in my husband's house this long. Based on where I'm coming from, I'm not even supposed to be married. If I said I will carry all, of course there were many good things, of course I've also emulated. But there were some danger points that if I emulate them, I will just repeat what I saw there and it not go work. For me, it is a testimony, and I'm saying that in case you are sitting here, you don't know this or you don't know that, or your background is whatever it is, because everybody has their story, and you're thinking, will I be able to have a peaceful, happy marriage? I want to tell you that yes, you can have a happy marriage. A happy marriage now is not a perfect marriage, and I'm trusting God that someone else will enjoy that grace. It comes via what? Knowledge. If you are coming to church because you are hoping to get one godly wife, it may shock you. Get the godly wife and still not be happy. Or you say, oh, let me hang around church so that I marry a Christian man that fears God. You will get firebrand. Elijah that will bring down fire from heaven. But it doesn't guarantee a happy marriage. Knowledge will give you that happy marriage. I want us to talk about money. Everybody loves money. Money and marriage. Money is a spirit. Money is a God. That is why God said, you cannot serve both him and mammon. Mammon there is money. Some versions say money. Money can determine if you will have a happy marriage or not. Now some people will already think, yes, so if there's, when there's money, there is peace. That's what some people believe. When there's money, there is peace. Then why are some billionaires divorced? Money is so powerful that love you are looking for, money will control it. Money will determine if there will be that romance that you desire. Money is something that cannot be ignored. At Genesis 2:24, here we are doing Bible marriage, godly marriage. So whatever we're saying here has to be rooted in the word of God. For shall a man leave his father and his mother and cleave to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. The next verse say, and they were both naked and they were not ashamed. Do you know what that is referring to? It's not just referring to the physical nakedness. They were both transparent and they were not ashamed. God wants man and woman to be one. You cannot be one in your marriage and not be one when it comes to money. A lot of people in the world, even among believers, they like the idea of marriage. They love the euphoria. In time, the initial excitement will be looking for something to fall on, something to hold on to, because it doesn't last long. That's why some people, after a while, they've changed their mind because there was nothing to hold the water. Money too will wait for you. You can't wait. I'm here. After a while, it will come and show you the quality of what you will have. Whether you ask for it or not, you don't need to invite it. It's coming. And what does God want for you and I? That this spirit and this God will master it. For a couple to maintain intimacy, to enjoy romance, that very romance that even brought them together in the first place, they have to be one when it comes to money. When you know how selfish you are. I've been in a place where, sadly, it was even a man of God that was preaching. By the time he finished talking about something like this, the wife got up and says her money, she will do whatever she wants to do. Do you think that house is happy? They were just two very unhappy people living together because they believe that they are not supposed to divorce. So what does God want for you and I? Number one, you and the person you are intending to marry must be one in money. How will you be one when it comes to money? It starts with number two, believing that you are now one. When they say, and the two shall become one, it cannot be one in some areas, and in some areas, tent, O Israel. No, it is one in everything. Some people shout, their firstborn that doesn't even have sense yet, doesn't know his left from his right, he's the next of kin. Or some people is their uncle. They are not one with their partner. I know a very sad story. A man had lived abroad for several years. He returned to Nigeria. He was already advancing in age. He now went to the village. In fact, picked a wife from his village. I say he has lived all his life abroad, so he just speaks, he speaks for her. This guy, the way they used to relate, I used to feel for her. And she didn't care. I was even feeling bad there. The woman, she thought she's in paradise. Before you know it, that man developed an illness and he passed away. Luckily, my church is a very strong family church. They don't joke. They will poke nose in your business. It's not your family business. They are inside with you. So the matter came. They went and dragged her. They are sharing. They are bringing out his gratuity. They were inside with him. For them to check. This man's next of kin was his brother. By 8. And they were like this. She has nothing. And you know that she was not educated like him. He was a professor trained in the US. And he brought her from that village. I think she had NCE. She didn't know what to do with these children. This woman was going to be left with nothing. And trust our village people. They came. My church said like. If not for the church, that woman would have gone into rags. Even when he was alive, she was already like, she's the nanny of the children. She didn't look like wife. So they fought for her. They couldn't get everything. They only got a portion. The man still took a large portion, but at least they got something for her. Then they wanted to help this woman to get a job in the university as well, because that's where her husband died. What is your qualification now? Nothing. That NC that she had then. And they couldn't have something meaningful. You are talking about 8 children. You understand? The only thing you can do with that was teach, and it has to be in the primary school. But they were so kind. They still gave her the position. They just gave her based on goodwill. Based on their qualifications, she's not even up to standard. Our teachers were very cultured in that place. And moved her out of a duplex and gave her a 2-bedroom. Thank God for mercy. To God be the glory. The last I heard, the firstborn is a medical doctor. God has helped them. But what's the point I'm trying to make? Were they one when it came to money? No. You can imagine somebody dying and with the gratuity of a professor. It's something reasonable that can help a human being. This man was a sound believer, one of the revered elders. Yet, who is your next of kin? Your brother. Have you not seen people? Is the driver that will be showing the madam. You say, this one man I'll go on. Somebody is coming to whisper to the the husband. Your wife has one property in that our area. Really? This is the person you are sleeping on the same bed with. Christians are doing it. It is wrong. It is not oneness. Do you still think that in that place there is still romance? Let married people open their mouth, you go shock. They are even wearing uniform. They don't get business with each other. They are just living under the same roof. And many people are selfish. Let me not tell her my salary. If not, the way women are, you can't trust them. Then the man too will be saying, the woman too will be saying, if I have this, I let him not know before you come and collect everything. You can't do that and still be one. You know that we are all spirit beings. Somebody is disconnected from you. You don't need to say it, you know. You sense it. When a man and a wife, they are not one, because this oneness now, does your face change to a man's face, or the man change to a woman's face? What is the oneness talking about? It is spiritual. If I want to know my husband's mood right now, I don't need to see him. I will just pick a phone call. We will have a normal conversation. I will tell you. If you like, you should package it anyhow you want to pretend. One time, long ago, 2017, my husband was not around. And I called him, check up on each other. How are you? This and that one. We ended the call. I called him back. I told him, you're not with me. What's the problem? He said nothing. I ended the call. I knew it was not true. There was something wrong. And then later, he now told me. The same thing with me. No, just from, I'm not using phone so that you know that it's not about whether you saw the person's face or the person is doing like this. You can sense it. So money is so powerful that you have to be able to master it, if not to come and master you. And the problem with money mastering you is the damage that it causes. But it is the difference it makes. That's why it cannot be ignored. Do you know that everybody has their money language? Your own first, then you can take time to know the other person's too. Don't marry a person that you don't understand their money language. Some of us were spenders, some of us are savers. You see that woman I was giving you an example of that got up and say her money is her money back, and that's how she shops like a mad person. And when she finished all that shopping, she will come to you and me that have one or two clothes and they ask you to borrow money. She's a crazy spender on material possession, clothes. Some people are savers. Even if they get their money, they believe that I don't just waste my resources, no matter how small it is, they want to be judicious. You see the way they plan. Some people are investors. Even if they get money, they can drink only garri. They have shares, they have bonds, they have this, they have land. What is your spending pattern? What is your money language? That person you are dating, have you studied their own? Some people, once they see money, it must finish. No, ignore it. Not only be studying, do you like kissing? Do you like, what is that? Money will throw out sex through the window like this. You will be looking for sex, you can't find it. This same person that is doing this thing, he said that her husband doesn't come near her. So when people are doing this for her, she's proving, it's my this. Now lie, nothing is working there. It's because they've not opened their mouth to tell you. You are the same person shouting, it's my money, I'll do whatever I want to do with it. You are going ahead and doing it. You are spending everything under the sun. The man hardly has anything because he's trying to run a ministry that doesn't have resources, and she happened to have something sizable. So as the man is there crying too much, even the desire to go near, where has romance gone? He don't jump out of it. They don't lost. Now she's there, pussy quarreling. He doesn't even see me as anything. So now you are wearing all those your hot clothes and shoes, and the very person that should be complimenting it cannot see it. The person look at you, just see a wicked, selfish, unreasonable person strong-headed wife. That's what is in the person's brain. How can you have that kind of feeling towards somebody and still want to be romantic? Or a man, when you have man, you don't know. Whether you don't get you don't know. You will think you will continue seeing that person, and then you just be like, oh my darling, he's back. Something will just die inside you. You can't find it. That's how powerful money is. Money is so powerful, you can't ignore it. To be your face. And you create problems. So you have to be ready to master it. And the only way to master it is to die to the selfishness of money. And choose somebody that you both can do things together with. If you have a person that both of you cannot believe that your own is now my own is now your own. Even if I have more, it doesn't change anything. If you have more, it's not going to change anything. We will do things together. If you don't have somebody thinking like that, you are just marching into danger. Because one of the things I notice is marriage problems. You see, the ones in the office, you can run from them. The ones on the road, in the church, after service you have done. The one inside your house, where I go to run to? The corner of the roof. The wood they used to build the zinc will fall down, you fall down and break your leg. The best way for a kingdom marriage is to die to the God of money and say, whatever I have is for me and my wife. That's what some people don't want to hear. Yeah. They say, women. Then why are you with the person? If you know you cannot work together in that area and be one, why are you dating such a person? You should be dating the person that you are in agreement with. When I met my husband, this was one of the things I wanted to know. Luckily, he was taught the same thing. So I wasn't trying to convince him that, oh, this is how we will be doing. No. When he told me, we will do our things together. If in an organization, you have a business, you have a company, what do they normally have? Board meetings, isn't it? And how often do they have them? Regularly. So as a man, as a woman, you should know that in your house, there will be board meetings to discuss money. There have to be periodic review. This is what some people don't want to hear. I don't like talking petty things, petty. The thing you don't want to talk about, you will go stand like king for your front. I can't count. There are so many challenges my own parents had that I could relate to money. Can things be done 50-50 in a relationship? No. You will need to see the other person's people as your people. He too need to see your own people as his people. But I noticed that God has a way of arranging things. You will have to treat things as they arise. You will have to sacrifice sometimes. Sometimes there is more of a need on this side. It should be treated with love. And know that God will reward you. Because God blesses unity. What does the Bible say? In Psalm 133. He said that is where God commands his blessing. Where there is unity. You will find that as you are giving, even in your marriage you give, God will bless you. And when you know the other person's spending pattern, that is when you can now decide how things will be done. Some people that when you know the way they spend, you will now have to apply wisdom. Do you need to have a joint account? That is optional. But the most important thing is you have to have joint accountability. Not from joint account. Joint account is good. That is all your money is in one place. You can do that. For example, now if a teacher and a teacher get married, you should have a joint account. All the money can be in one purse when there's need for something, because the money is not too much. Do you understand? But when you are running something like a company, college, you may run a joint account if you choose to, but you may not because of the institution. Do you understand? But you have joint accountability because the other person knows what is coming in and going out. If your school makes a purchase, you can't say that your partner at home doesn't know anything about it. No. Then you who can, because that in that kind of case now, maybe there is more money. You can now say, okay, let us now have an account for running the house, where I put in If your house needs 100,000, you say every month we use 100,000 for our house. So that account, there's always 100,000 there. But your partner is well aware of how the school is run financially and is in the picture of what is happening. It's not people that are telling them, we have just acquired extra land. No. And then you're wondering, where did the money come from? What will this save you from? It will save you from unnecessary expectations. A lot of men think women just love so much money. It's not true. If a woman knows what you have, there are certain demands she will not make on you. A lot of fights have come from not knowing what the other person has. I knew a couple some time back. They were having so much problems. These are mighty believers. They were fighting like cat and rat. I talked with the wife once. She said it was Valentine's Day and even sweet. In fact, she did say sweet. He come on Tom. He did not buy it for me. That's why she was talking. God, Jojo, don't be like that. Sometimes when a baby is crying, it's not every time it's with the bottle. Sometimes something else, something has climbed the legs. When I later talked to the man, do you know what he told me? He said he doesn't have money. What this man was doing, I almost shook him. He said, okay, well done, you did try. Yet, they were under fire in their house. He takes care of everything in the house, up to her sanitary he buys. And what doesn't he do for this woman? But this woman is here shouting. Now you will say, hey, she's so selfish. No. When you are doing everything, you are buying everything, do you carry her along? So she thinks that you have and you don't care. So he was doing all of that, yet his house was on fire. Yet when I newly got married, how can I expect my husband to be doing everything for me? It was totally impossible. We had our common little kobos in our purse. If this person have, it's our own. If this person have, it's our own. We were so happy. We were so happy. You will think he's giving me gold. And then they buy clothes. Why? Because we're doing it together. But because this woman is not carried along, she doesn't know what comes. She thinks he even has. That's why they are fighting. Some people that are even supposed to even be in happier situation, they will still be miserable. But you that humble yourself, God will lift you up. Why? Because we're doing our things together as one. It took away a lot of tension. Remember a couple, I'll just stop with this and then we'll take one or two questions. The man for a while had not had a lump sum of money and then he got about ₦1 million. Immediately he got the money, right there he wired it to his mother. Is it a bad thing? No. So when he came and told his wife, she became cold somehow. She didn't fight him, but he could see her reaction. Now, the first thing some people think, she don't like her mother-in-law. No. Yes, you just got money. And this is the first time in a long while you're getting a large sum of money. And you desire to bless your mother. If you people are one, you should know that she also has a mother. Number two, if you people say you love yourself, you are one. You come home, the first person that you hear is your wife. My wife, whatever name, darling. I just got ₦1 million. Oh, praise the Lord. I'm thinking, I really wanted to help my mother to complete her project. Please, if you don't mind, can we attend to it? If it's a good woman that you have built a good relationship with, and she knows that her own parents, their own project, their own house is not outside, she can reason with you because it's also her mother. You say, oh, why not? Let's do it for Mama. You will now call your mother, Mama, I am my wife. Even though he is the one that brought the million, she's not the one. But that's what oneness does. I and my wife have decided to roof this your house. If you even have more sense, you can tell that your mama. My wife encouraged me to do it for you. Thank her if she's a good mother. But you see what selfishness will do? He is the one that generated the 1 million. Number two, he just wired it pure to his mother. When the both parties are doing it, it's easier. But if only one person is doing it, you don't blame the person. If the person says he's not doing like that again, the person too will start doing the same thing. How will it be? It will only build. That's how they'll start growing apart. Did they once love each other? Yes, but gradually it will just start. It was not long after that I heard the same person saying to me, it's good though for everybody to have their own thing. You see, something has started entering. Now she already started thinking, better for everybody to have their own thing. She doesn't know that I know this thing because he confessed it. She's already talking like that. You can see that there is pain there. She's already wishing, when I have my own, I will do for my parents. Because that one, na your mama, my own, mama. Do you blame her? Oh. But if two of them are in agreement, I say, oh, my wife even encouraged me that we should help you finish this project. Oh, my daughter, God will bless you people the more. I'm praying for you people. The woman herself will become happier. That's the wife now. Who knows tomorrow? As she no get now, she can bring 2 million. And when she does her own, that's where you hear a man start saying, she's too proud because she have money. Right? Where? So you marry the proud person? It's from all those kind of things now. You man, you know they carry this person along. The person man will do your own. But if they continue being, one, it just like I said, it may not always be 50-50. Needs will arise. If you attend to them as they come, sometimes you see that your own too will come that will be different. It can be attended to. If you choose somebody that you understand their spending pattern, and because if you have this kind of knowledge, I'm not expecting that you go and marry a scammer. Like you say, we are doing joint account. One day you wake up, your account is empty. You would have already prepared yourself to make the right choice and make sure that the person you are marrying is on the same page with you financially. And you too, you will also know how to play your cards. I'm telling you that I and my husband, we were doing kobo. It didn't remain like that forever. After 10 years of our marriage, we had to review because we have grown. I'm running business, he's running his own business. We can't come and be still doing those the same way. We grew, so we found another pattern. But one thing we make sure we do, we have joint accountability. I can't be doing something now. It's somebody that will be informing my husband. Joint accountability. I may not be always in the books, but I know what is going on there. As you apply these things, you will have peace. And you will continue to enjoy unity and love and romance. When you see people being loving and romantic after a long time, it's not because that person is the most beautiful person in the world. It's what they have built on. That's what is keeping them together. But people that just build out of all this selfish ambition, it just makes them grow apart. Lastly, I remember my mentors. I had quite a couple of them that I watched closely. My God, it was beautiful what I saw. One of my mentors, they just celebrated 46 years of marriage. They practiced this. There were certain decisions they will need to make. And the woman will just tell my mother that until her husband comes back. So my mother was so she will not do anything until kiri. Yes. Today, they are grown old together and they are still as loving as they are. We were talking about the Facebook post where they celebrated their 46 years of marriage. So I and my mother were just talking yesterday. And what did the woman tell her? That they're going out to eat in a nice place. Then they say, oh, they are old. The wife is like 76. The husband, I think that man should be like 80 or more. He's taking his babe out. How many old people at that age are still doing that? If grandma, she will be in her child's house doing omuko, everlasting omuko. The old baba, the only thing that joined to them is good morning. These two are still living. Why? Because they were always doing their things together. And I remember those years, how severally this woman, she wasn't the one bringing in the big money. He never stopped doing everything with her. They sit down, they plan together, they take decisions together. She has a say, he has a say. Nobody is feeling left out. And see how God has kept them. I like looking at that my church because it was a wonderful place to be. All those troublemakers that were always giving their wife, they are all dead. Then I now notice those ones that we used to look up to. It's not one, not two. In fact, last night I was trying to count those families. Those men, they are now 80. They are alive and their wives are alive. I said, God, is this ordinary? I'm not sure it's ordinary. And the other ones sneaking everywhere. They are so smart, causing headache for everybody. They are all in their graves. Long ago, said, you're talking about them. Hey, it was he don't die. Those that were always chasing women. There was one that the wife cried all night till morning because he didn't come home. My mother did not sleep that day. She went, everybody ran to, in the morning, you would think somebody has died. They were all gathered in the house when he arrived. He said, his car broke down. It's a lie. He slept in a guest house with his babe. Till morning. He did not come home. She was here crying. He was with another woman. Got HIV, gave her, carry him home. She died before himself. He still married and lasted for 1 year, sick like this, and died. Then I see these other people, one after the other. They've grown old. They are blessed. Their children are blessed. Their selflessness has paid them. That time they look at them, this one a woman rapper. Does it mean people will always agree? No. That's why we don't always agree when it comes to money. We don't always agree. But we have a reading, we have a meeting point. Some are sacrificial. And when you are a child of God, it gets to a point that God himself will even be putting his matter in your money matter. I remember when my husband just got a lecturing job. That was when he started having something, larger coming into the house. And immediately there was one occasion. The man took the whole salary. And I protested. I said, no. God went and spoke to my deaconess in church. Came and told me the next day. She said, my sister, I saw you. You were arguing about one money, something. She shouted, I knew she was referring to this. God said you should leave it. That was why he took the whole salary and used for that system. Even when she was saying it, I knew what she was talking about. I thought, why we just for one occasion, you blow the whole salary. Let's plan it so that there will be. I also had a reasonable point. It made sense. I will not go to leave the bill. There's house, there are children. God told me to leave it. Can you imagine? And I did. I may not know how he has also blessed me. I may not know. I may not know when he's rewarding me. Do you understand? With that, did we fall sick? No. Was I now stranded and saying, you see, it's because you took all that money and just sent it. That is why we are like this. It never happened. God saw us through. So we are people of God. Even God is putting his back in the matter. He knew that I didn't collect that kind of money to do anything that period. But he knew that in that case, I should back down. Our God is beautiful. So I back down joyfully. It gives me joy that, wow, if God can say that, then he has a better plan. And he will always take care of me. So may God help us in Jesus' name. Thank you so much. I pray that God will guide you and you will marry people that will not give you headache when it comes to finance in Jesus' name.